Hello everyone, Dan here. I was just going to smoke up some cheese on my Fornetto smoker, and I wasn't quite sure how I'd go about it, so it's a bit of an experiment, but I've put 4 heat beads here like this, and I thought to myself I'll put them in there, and I'm going to use the rest of the Fornetto here, I haven't put it together yet, and put some icy cold water up the top below the cheese. So I'm going to get this lit, and I'm going to put one chunk of applewood there. And I'm just waiting. Obviously I have to light these up and see how they go. I've got a kilo block of cheese inside, which I'm going to cut 250 gram slices out of and smoke them up. So I'll get this ready and we'll come back later and we'll see how we go. Okay, so I'm back. I've got my cheese ready. That's a half a kilo cut into thirds, and I've got 4 heat beads in here, so I'm just going to throw a chunk of this Pro Smoke natural cherry wood chunks onto here. Get some smoke starting to happen. And I don't know if you can see this, but I've put ice cubes in the water bowl. So I've big chunks of ice too to keep the temperature down, and hopefully keep that temperature from rising above the temperature I want. So what I'll do is I'll just get this onto the top and get the smoker ready to put the cheese on and see how we go. So I've got that top on, filled it all together, and that's starting to produce some smoke in there now. Starting to smoke away. There we go, it's focused. Starting to smoke away there now, so I'll close that up. Get some smoke happening, which is good. I can see that smoke starting to come off that now. And I shall put my 3 pieces of cheese here on top of my smoker. Now I want to keep this low temperature, so that's why I've put the ice cubes in. And hopefully, in theory, should smoke it without it getting too hot. In theory. That's the first time I've done it, so therefore it's a bit of experimentation going on here. But it's now 5 minutes to 3, so I'm going to leave that on there till about 5 o'clock and smoke them for about 2 hours. So I'll come back in about 2 hours time. I'll get the lid on, I'll monitor the temperature, and we shall see how we go. I'll just open this lid up because of these heat beads. Let that smoke start to come out, and we'll see how we go in about 2 hours. So I'll just monitor that as I'm going, and hopefully it works like I hope it to. So we're now into an hour of smoking this cheese. Let's see how we're going here. I flipped over the chunk of cherry, cherry, just to get some more smoke. And that is the result. That's actually changed colour, and a fair bit from when I originally put that on. And it's not actually that hot. That water has obviously, the ice is defrosted, but it's actually still quite cool, which is good. So, because I'm trying to cold smoke this cheese, so I don't want it hot at all. It's not even sweating. I've seen other videos where it's sweating, but you can definitely see the colour change in that. So I might flip those over and give it another hour, and we'll see how we go. Alright, so we've been smoking this for about an hour and 55 minutes now. It's 10 to 5, so still a little bit of smoke coming out there. I had to put just a tiny little piece on. We'll go down here and have a look at what's actually left before I open that up. So there's not much left in there. Those, you can see it that well. A couple of chunks of timber left from the actual cherry wood, but the actual heat beads have burnt nearly away. So let's check this out, and it hasn't gone above 50 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and my smoker is at 45 degrees Celsius is the minimum it sits at. So obviously I'm just sitting just slightly above that now, but there we go. That's coloured up quite nicely. Still not that hot to touch. A little bit of moisture on it, so I'll take these off and vacuum seal them, leave them for about 2 weeks. I've actually got a vacuum sealer ready to go over there. Just grab my little chopping board here and take these off. But they're actually looking quite nice. They've changed colour a little bit. I'll wipe the little bit of sweat that's come off them off. They haven't actually sweated all that much, just a touch. I'm going to just a bit of paper towel to just take that off. Now it's probably a bit more of the oil than anything. And I prepared myself some vacuum bags earlier, so we'll seal these up and let them sit for 2 to 3 weeks. And then we shall eat them and see how they go. And I'll let you know how the ultimate taste of these goes. But that was just something different I wanted to try, just having the icy water in there to cold smoke it. I assume it's similar to a Weber Smoky Mountain, my Fornetto, so I just didn't want it to be too hot, and it seems to have worked quite nicely. And it's got quite a nice rich smoky smell to it, but obviously I'm not going to eat it yet because that'd just be very bitter with the smoke taste. Anyway, until next time, this is Dan, out.